Here we go. So, we've a lot of stuff that we can play, and to be honest, this is something that I was watching Ryan Overturf on stream last night, and himself and Ross Merriam were chatting, and Ross Merriam said in the chat that the difference between bad decks and good decks are way smaller than people think, and it's true. It's true. Like, for example, like Phoenix is considered a bad deck right now, but it's only bad because it's not in the top like 5% or whatever it is. You know, it still performs well. It's still a well-built deck. It still does the thing it wants to do and is pretty good. It just depends on whether it's good now or that kind of thing. But in terms of like power level and stuff, for the most part, like I know he was more referring to modern generally, but the same kind of applies to standard now. If you're doing something stupid, you're probably doing something right. So that's what I've got for us today. I've got a load of dumb things, a load of really dumb things. Like for example, I've White Weenie here, right? I don't plan on using White Weenie right now, but if you look at White Weenie, like there's nothing wrong with this at all. Like, it is a perfectly good deck. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You can absolutely put like 14 power on board on like turn 3, and your opponent has to answer it immediately or they're just dead. You know, so like those kind of things are good. And in fact, White Weenie is actually not that bad right now, because a lot of people are choosing not to interact right now. Sure, it has a bad time against fires, just one board wipe and then it's all over. But if you don't face fires, which admittedly is asking a lot, you will do really well. I was messing around on the ladder with this in the last day or two, and I went up a couple of ranks in gold. So yeah, it's pretty decent, you know. But so that's kind of what I'm here to do today, is just play around with a bunch of off meta decks. Play around with them, try it out. Madcap Ginger, welcome along. Lots of ways to die to Yorion. I mean, yeah, we've also got a lot of ways to play to Yorion. So look, it abuses permanents that have stuff like enter the battlefield triggers, and enter the battlefield triggers are some of my favorite things in Magic. So yeah, I'm all up for that. I'm all up for that. I would be interested in seeing if anybody would have an interest in, now I don't have it ready now, but I will probably brew it at some point. But something along the lines of like a Sultai Yorion deck, because we don't need to run the white in Yorion. It's just, we could just run the blue and have it like a Yarok deck. Now that's probably super win more, like super win more, but yeah, it could be something. It could be something. Getting double trick, reusing stuff like Risen Reefs and everything to get double Risen Reef triggers, and then Risen Reef triggering off everything else that might happen to be an elemental. Like there is a lot of potential there for sure. Again, could be absolutely ridiculous, but however. So what are we gonna play with first? To be honest, there's a lot of stuff here. Like, okay, so this is all brawl stuff. This is all historic stuff. There's some standard stuff. You know what I need to do? I need to arrange this alphabetically. So that's brawl, that's historic brawl as well. And then we've got standard and test decks. Test decks are not quite there yet. Some of them are pretty close, but not quite there yet. So I would probably hold off on those a little bit. The 5-color Yorion Niv Fires decks are really just in for White for Teferi and Kunaros sideboard. So yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I think what do I want to do? There are a lot of different options. I think I'll start off with something that I know personally to be, you know, something I'm pretty comfortable with, and that would be Izzet Phoenix. I'm not going to go through a huge deck tech on this because I've done it a million times before. I'm probably only going to play a game or two of this just to get the stream up and running, and then we'll get into the more nitty gritty and the newer off color decks and that kind of stuff. So we'll try these. We'll try this first of all. So we have a pretty standard game plan. Cast a bunch of spells, get Arclight Phoenix back. Easy game. Baron Zaya, welcome along, buddy. Good to have you here. Heard you're chilling out today, playing some Animal Crossing and getting some skincare products to help yourself feel a bit better about the whole situation. That's a good call. It's a pretty good call. Leanne's over here trying to finish work as quickly as possible so she can get on Animal Crossing as well. Hey Matt, welcome along, bud. Welcome along. So yeah, the main plans in this, honestly, I actually think that Arclight Phoenix is a secondary game plan now. I really think the main game plan is Sprite Dragon. It's just too good. It's just too good. You've no idea how powerful this is. It's insane. But yeah, then a bunch of cards that allow us to draw and discard cards, and then Riel allows us to draw cards off of whenever we discard for the first time each turn. Then we got Royal Scions to help pump something. Giving the Sprite Dragon +2/+0 first strike and trample is really, really, really good. Augur Bolus to help us find more gas and block against aggressive starts. And then stuff like Shock and Blitz to help deal with things, and then Brazen Bar was just too good to ignore. So that's kind of the whole deck. So I'm gonna jam this real quick. A couple of games of this, and then we'll sort of take it from there. So I'm gonna jump in. Actually, do I have a sideboard for this? Good question. Lance Leven, welcome along, bud. We're playing 1 or 2 games of Phoenix because it's a nice way to start off the stream. Yeah, we have a sideboard here. We got Legion War Bosses, Mystical Disputes, and Lava Coils and Fries, negates, other counters and stuff, and a Ral because I really like this Ral. Yeah. A repeatable beacon bolt, turns out, is pretty good. Yeah, Phoenix is great. Phoenix in Modern, Phoenix was the perfect deck to me because it was the deck that emphasized the most the type of Magic that I love playing. Just casting lots of spells and getting paid off for it. You know, it's an aggressive tempo game plan. You get to just make lots of game actions, but the games don't take forever. It's nice. It's tight. Okay, let's see what we're starting with. Yep, I'm in. I'm in, let's go. Turn 2, discard 2 Phoenixes, draw 3 cards. Snap that up. Flourishing Fox. I'm probably dead. Rip. Tweet. Find too many people ignore Scions too much when Riel is out. Yeah. Oh yeah. There have been several games where I've won by, instead of drawing and discarding to get extra value from Riel, just give her first strike and trample. Like, she's a monster. She's an absolute monster. I'm gonna have to discard 2 here. Actually, do I discard a Cathartic Reunion and a Phoenix so that these get turned on sooner? Probably not, actually. I'm just gonna have to find a Brazen Borrower for this, I think. Never mind. Got it. Got there. Easy game. Do I think Sprite can be used in a control draw build? Yes, sort of. Sort of. The way it kind of feels to me when it comes to Sprite Dragon is you need to make sure that you have the ability to consistently, once it's down, consistently cast multiple non-creature spells, or have ways to protect it. So in a sort of counter draw, like in a sort of draw go control shell, I'm not sure. Maybe. What are we doing here though? Given 11/3 +2 first strike trample. Yeah, exactly. What am I doing? Do I want to just Brazen Borrower something now, or do I... You know what, I think I actually want to get rid of... This Shock ain't doing much. And this extra Cathartic Reunion... Actually, no, I'll hold on to that. I'll actually pitch a land, because I'm likely to draw another one. Soon. Not maybe right away, but, you know, soon. I think now is actually just a safe time to get rid of that box, so that they can't mess around with it. So... yeah, in terms of a draw go build, I think you can have it. Like, it's real cheap to include. You know, so later in the game you can just play it on like turn 4 and hold up a negate or something. Like, and that's pretty easy, and then just start taking over the game from there. I suppose that makes it less of a draw go kind of shell and more of a tempo kind of shell, but like that's fine too. Baron's Eye, thank you very much for the bits. Thank you. Did they fill up the cup there? It's hard to see from here. They did! Nice, the cup's working. That's good to know. Now, Sprite Dragon's a bit dangerous here because... Sprite Dragon's dangerous because they can cycle 2 cards and kill something. So, hey, you're listed as #1 now on the Bit Giver thing. Sweet. I'm gonna start with an opt because I could end up double spelling here potentially. I shouldn't have played that land. That was a foolish move. I actually think Sprite Dragon maybe it is good here, maybe it's not. I'm gonna Cathartic Reunion. I actually think I should get rid of these. I think I'm more on the Phoenix plan at this point. I know I can't get the Phoenix back this time, but I have ways to interact now. I have infinite ways to interact with everything they have, so I think this is pretty alright. This is alright. Yeah, cycle away. That's fine. Deal 3 to me. That's okay. I'll have it dead this turn. I'll have anything they play dead. Yep. Okay. Well, now we're drawing not gas, so that's not good. Honestly, I don't think. Well, actually, that is 2 spells. So yeah, I'll keep it. I will keep it. Yes. I'm gonna pass the turn here. They didn't have anything to cycle there. That was interesting. That's weird. That implies that their hand is full of threats. Oh, Riel. Oh, are you for Riel? Alright. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm good with bouncing the Pyromancer here, actually. Because if they want to play it again this turn, they have to play a land and then play it, which means they're not doing anything else. If they don't want to play it and they want to cycle stuff, they had to wait until this was up in order to get value off Riel for it, which means that they couldn't bolt me. So I think that was the right play. Yeah, see, now they get to draw a card, but if they did that with the Pyromancer and the Riel on the stack but the Pyromancer still alive, they would have been able to bolt me instead. So I figured they preferred the extra card over the 3 damage, which meant that I was able to save myself 3 damage there, I believe. Okay, so this isn't ideal because I don't think we can get back the Phoenix this turn. Can we? We can. We can. Ooh, we can. Yes, we can. I'm going to, yeah, allow that to happen. So we're gonna blitz this bitch. Sorry, Riel. I love you, really. I love you, really. Oh, bad jokes. They just keep coming. They just keep coming. Okay, and then pitch this. That's 3 spells. Anyway, please take 6. Caw-caw. Womp. So yeah, Phoenix is still fine. I love this Jeskai deck, by the way. I absolutely love it. This is the first time I've seen it be a hard, like, draw 2 spell. But I'm on board with it. I'm on board with it. Oh, nice! Fire Prophecy as well. Yes, they're... Actually, is Jeskai draw 2 just a good option now? Because of all the cycling options? And Fire Prophecy? Maybe it is. Ooh, I like this. We might have to brew this. We might have to brew this for sure. Cycling and... Okay, the cycling, yeah, the second card there. Yeah, and then it's gonna be... That's fine. That's no biggie. So we getting back Phoenix? I'm gonna cast Royal Scions because this seems to produce...
I appreciate
draw discard.
Style to know is to triumph.
Okay, I think what I want to do is just pitch this and then just hit Pyromancer now. Them cycling a card doesn't do anything here because they cycled it last turn, so they've only 1 mana open, so even if they do have 1 mana cycler, it doesn't do anything. I can hold up a shock if they happen to have something else. Actually, I can now hold up Petty Theft, which is quite nice. So if they have something like a... If If they're just rando cycling, it means they've nothing in hand. Or they have a Zenith Flare, and I'm very scared. If that's the case, it's going to be bad. Okay, time to draw and discard. I aim to kill my opponent this turn. Draw, discard. Okay, so spell 1. Oh, very nice. Spell 2. Actually, hold the phone. Hold the phone. That was spell 2. Play this. Shock your face. Spell 3. Have you got another Fire Prophecy? Going to combat. Opponent, this is lethal. Opponent, this is lethal. I have to have an answer to something right now. I feel they do. With the Fire Prophecy. If they're hitting Phoenix instead of hitting the Sprite Dragon, they are messing up. They're messing up. They're making a huge mistake. They're cycling away their threats. This is good. This is good. I think they're all in on Zenith Flare here. Now, if they do get one, I'm dead. But, like, do what we can. Do what we can. I'm on the CFB stream. Oh, sweet. Cycling again. Come on. Don't have a Zenith Flare. Don't have a Zenith Flare. No! Ah, yeah. I mean, like, asking them to not have a Zenith Flare is pretty. It's hard because they almost always will have one, you know. So what's tough here is that Ether Gust isn't particularly good because, sure, it'll stop something like a Draenei Stinger or whatever. But if you do it to a Zenith Flare, it'll just put it on top of them. They can cycle and get it and then cast it again. So it's kind of pointless. I feel like Disdainful Stroke is actually pretty okay here. Because everything else in their deck you can deal with, but Disdainful Stroke takes care of... Actually, do I care about that? Maybe just the negate. Maybe it's just the negate. Fry, maybe? Fry, maybe? What else have they got? They've got... They've got things. They've got things. Lava Coil hits... what's her name? The thingy. The thingy. Then we have... Yeah, so Negate takes care of Zenith Flare. Lava Coil takes care of Ironcrag Pyromancer. And... What else we got? What else we got? Oh yeah, I can move it. Yeah, for sure. Nope. I'm breaking everything. Don't mind me. Yeah, so I kind of like Rala's a Viceroy here because they tend to only have like one big threat, so I'm kind of okay with that too. I would cut... I'd probably cut an Augur Bolus, a Thrill, and a Finale. Yeah, that's probably fine. Who knows? Who knows? I could move the camera, but the way that everything is set up, unfortunately, it's under a couple of layers, and I don't want to risk accidentally moving the border like I just did. So, no, that's a molt from me, dog. Yeah, I can keep this. I can keep this. I can pitch an island. Yeah, this is fine. I'm gonna lead with a mountain in case they go with a fox. If they go with a fox, I can just... okay, that's fine. Also okay with just putting this tapped and saying go. I think we need to play slightly more control in this matchup. I think they're just gonna try and get aggressive, which is fine. So this, I feel like this is a worthy target to take this out. Oh, Okay. Yep. I can go with that. I can go with that. Madcap Ginger, thank you very much for the biddies. The biddies. Oh. Well, this is nice. So I think what I want to do is I want to play Royal Science.
Is the greatest.
Tick up to draw a card, discard a card.
A quest of mystery.
Pitch that, and then draw a card, and then chuck this. And then I think I'm kind of okay. The bits, the bits. I wanna protect Royal Science here in case anyone is wondering what the hell I'm doing. Yep, this is fine. Thank you for biddies. Look at the biddies all showing up. Look at Jake, he's so happy. He's so happy. Baron Zaya with more biddies. Jeez. There's a bits train going here. This is a first. The bits. The bits. Okay, so I still need to watch Future as well. I do. We both do, myself and Leanne. I think I'm going to discard these two, to be perfectly honest. I think I would like to draw 5 cards. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Yes, yes. And then yes, 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 yes. Alright, that's pretty nice. Okay, well, let's actually find something of use here. Hopefully a removal spell. Okay, not quite. I'm gonna tick up, draw, discard.
My answers lie in the cold.
I'll discard a temple. And then I'll play this. I'll play the Augur Balls. And see what we get. Come on. Augur Bolus. When it enters the battlefield, look at the bottom 3 cards of your library. Every time. Every time. God damn. Oh no. Oh well. Oh well. Shocking that Foundry. I don't like that. That implies... What does it imply? Yeah, I'm okay with them taking a little bit of damage. I'm okay with that. I don't trust Augur either. I took this list from MTG Goldfish. It's the latest one to put up results. I do not trust Augur Bolus. Not in Standard, anyway. Especially with adventure creatures in the deck. Because if they weren't adventure creatures, they would just be more instants and sorceries. So I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced at all. I'm not liking the amount of damage I'm taking. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not liking that. No, this ain't good. This ain't good. Please no. Are they gonna use the Draenei Stinger to fight the Augur? I don't... Oh, no! No! Why are they running that? I mean, obviously it worked for them, but like, you know, why? Okay, oh, this is tough because I can, you know, I'm gonna draw a discard first. Draw a discard first of all. Discard a temple. I think we have to get Ral to kill one of these. I think we have to get Ral to kill one of these. Oh god damn. Okay. Well, that actually no, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. How many are in the bin? Yeah, there's like a billion. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just get Ral. Now this could die to a blitz, but like I need to make sure that I don't die next turn. So if I trade a Ral in so that I don't die, that's better than not doing that. So it is a great removal spell when all you do is discard. That's very true, and it might actually just be good in that for sure. Like if they decide to like kill the Augur for whatever reason, I'm fine with that. Okay, so I'm gonna tick up Ral, which I love doing. I love
Choose
ticking up
wisely,
Ral.
because the other one's
Tick
going
up Ral.
bye-bye.
I don't know. I guess. That could actually still help me double spell this turn. So I'm gonna draw discard. Or triple spell this turn, sorry, not double
I
spell.
enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
I haven't played a land yet. I'm gonna discard the Phoenix. I'm gonna opt. Anything that isn't an instant or sorcery, I'm going to go. Ooh, well now. That might be better. So, my thoughts here is I can Augur a Bolus, try and find something, and then discard whatever I find, and I think Augur a Bolus gives us better view, to be honest. This will allow us to potentially double block as well. So, I'm on board for that. How many spells is that now? That was opt. Okay. So, I can Cathartic Reunion, discard these two. Draw 3. Shock this. Okay. That's not good. That's not good, because if they cycle things in response, I would have been a little more okay with it, but I feel they've got something here, like a Zenith Flare. Smell a Zenith Flare off this. Okay. Okay, Iron Crag I can live with. If they want to use that to kill some... If I'm -3 Ral... Hold on. Let me just... I'm going to jumpstart Radical Idea by pitching an island first. Cathartic Reunion, discarding these two. That's 2 spells. All I need to do is get a single spell here. Shock face. Plus 2 plus out first strike trample.
Here is a tool.
So if I take that, 5, 8, 9, 10. That's not quite enough. So I don't think I should do that. I'm gonna tick up Ral here.
Ooh, let's see what we got.
I'm gonna take this, put that in the bin. I now get to kill this without getting rid of Ral. Go to combat. One. Yeah. I could have left it in my hand because of could have drawn Cathartic Reunion, but I can plus on Ral to get some stuff. It's unlikely that they can recover here. Like if they cycle into a Zenith Flare like right now, sure. Which I feel is what's coming. So I need to find that negate.
Choose wisely, because the other one's going bye-bye.
Okay, I'm gonna take this. I need to find that yeah, I need to find the negate. I think they're holding off a Zenith Flare here, so I'm gonna try and find that negate if at all possible. Yeah, I think they're straight up bad for the deck as well. I agree. I entirely agree. Okay, now we're good.
Our combined strategy
Oop.
will surely overcome
Oop.
you.
Whack, whack. Yes! Nailed it! I could smell it a mile off. Absolute bang of it off them. Absolute bang of it off them. That was nice. That was nice. Okay. Now what? Now what do we do? Do we change anything here? Based on that, I think I'm okay with an Ether Ghost, really. I think I'm okay with like one. You know what? I'm gonna bring these in. I think they're better than the Augurs. I think they're just better than the Augurs. They seem bad. These seem terrible. I'm probably gonna pull these out after this. Thanks for the biddies, Lan. As a treat. I don't think Legion Warboss is particularly good. If they didn't have Ironcrag Pyromancer, I would probably go with them, but they don't feel very good here. Yeah. I don't know. Is Finale any good here? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. It's a way to just get... You know what? Yeah, it's a way to get the Phoenixes back, like, straight away. I quite like... most of the things that are in here right now. Yeah, no, I think I'm actually fine. I think I'm actually fine. Yeah. It's probably no big deal. Like, it's grand. It's grand. Nothing wrong with it. Alright. What have we got? No lands, so that's a molt. Ooh. Ooh. What the hell? Oh God, this sucks. Thanks Arena. I was about to say thanks Moto. Thanks Arena. I'm gonna this is the best way in which we can recover. So like, honestly, I think it's a radical idea, and I think it's just real. God damn it. This is not good. This is not good. No, Sprite Dragon, no. I need you to be a mountain. I need you to be a mountain. Oh, God. No. No. Please, no. At least they're trying to find threats, so that's something. In before this is a temple. We're about to draw a temple. I can feel it. Oh, it's a mountain. Oh, thank God. Ha ha ha. Eat my dust, suckers. Yes. Act like nothing's wrong. Act like nothing's wrong. Okay, that's a good sign. That means we've got no Ironcrag Pyromancer to worry about this turn. That's really good for us. Really, really good for us. Okay, so Temple of Epiphany. Do a scry. Do I want to keep that? Yeah, to deal with stingers and stuff, I can get on board with that. They could have Blitz of Thunder Raptor. If they do, that's going to be very, very bad news for us. But gotta take our beats where we can. Not often. Yep. That's. Go read my article today on my big, huge wall of text on this card, and why it's so damn good. Okay, I don't like this. So I'm gonna play this, which was a nice top deck, and then I'm gonna kill this and grow my little baby dragon. I love this little thing. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. But they also just wasted a card. They're down a card in hand. So I'm down a card in hand, they're down a card in hand, but I got some benefit out of it by throwing my Sprite Dragon. I think I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not okay with it, but it's fine. Yeah, I'll take the other thing. You're still dying quicker than I am, so I'm okay with this. Okay, opt. Yep, I will take that. Jumpstart the Phoenix. Please be Optershock. Please be Optershock. Please be Optershock. Please be Optershock. Come on, come on, come on. No! Oh well, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just hit you with a 4/4. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not in a terrible position. I definitely feel like I'm ahead here. Riel could change that, but it's not likely. I don't think. Like, if they can kill the Sprite Dragon, then sure. Then I'm kind of concerned. But I don't like how they cycle. Are they? Oh, they're playing a healer, and okay, that's fine. That's fine. The fact that they cycled the fight effect instead of killing the Sprite Dragon. I mean, I think they're playing to their outs, but I really think they're gonna die because of that. There's a chance. There's a chance. There's no chance. There's absolutely no chance here. I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. What happens if I swing here and they swing back? If they cycle a bunch of cards, I will take 2, 3. Say they cycle 3 cards and they're all sorceries. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I think I'm dead if I attack here. So I need to actually hold it back. I can win next turn. And that's kind of all I need to do. Even through the healer, hopefully. Yeah, this I'm okay with. This I'm okay with. I'm okay with taking like 6 or whatever it is that they end up dealing as a result of cycling stuff, because it's very unlikely that they can deal lethal. Now, if they have a fight effect to then kill the Sprite Dragon with Riel, that's gonna suck. But if that's all they're doing, I think I'm okay. Like, if they go land Blitz, then I'm toast. But if they don't, then I'm real good. Alright, so let's check this out. Yep. Dude, this. I think we're just gonna nail them with this other negate. If they have an answer to this Sprite Dragon. Oh, they're starting to cycle. Yep, you gain life, you do a ping, you draw a card, and then you draw a card. That's an awful lot to do for 1 mana, but you're still dead. So also, here are my birds. Very nice. Very nice. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that quite a bit. That was nice. Whew. I'll take it. I'll take it. Ooh, sick. Wait, was that a ladder? I had that. Oh, it's ranked. Right. I'll play one more with Phoenix. I'll play one more with Phoenix. Yeah, like this deck still feels fun to me. It's not quite Phoenix from Modern. Not even close. It's definitely more controlling and less tempo-y, but like it. Particularly with Sprite Dragon, it just feels like things have just like completely changed around. I forgot to take out the Ogre Bolus. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna get it in my opening hand here. I can feel it. Ah, there, right there it is. Look at it. Oh god. Yep. I've got a spidey sense for bad cards apparently. This is also not keepable. I can't keep this. This is better. This is better, for sure. Mostly because it's not in my hand. I think I'm pitching Thrill here. I think I'm pitching Thrill because I go turn 1 Temple, turn 2 Sprite Dragon, turn 3 Radical Idea or Hold Up Brazen Borrower. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Yeah, it's disgusting. I'm taking it out. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I'll take another baby. Of course I will. I'll take another baby. Plus, they're Simic. They're like, oh, I don't have interaction, so it's all good. In before, they just untap, land the Temple Guard, and then Teferi bounce my Sprite Dragon again. That would suck. At least I know what I'm sideboarding out. Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right. Honestly, if mono red was a thing, I'd be like, you know what, Ogre Bolus is fine. But, or if there were things that had 1 toughness, I'd be like, you know what, that's okay too. But they're not a thing. They're not a thing. Go away. I don't want you. I'm going to play with them. The highest upside is if I have 2. Because in their next turn, I can double their power by casting one spell. That's gross. Ew, no. Ew. My poor baby. Well, that was real sad. Yep, real sad. I often feel like I should be risky when it comes to lands being pitched to Cathartic Reunion. I think I'm honestly actually kind of okay with this. Now, I could get blown out here, but I can also just gain huge benefit. So, I can get an untapped source like that. There we go. Play this. I can Brazen Borrower that. Boing. And then I'll go to combat. If they make another one, it's only going to jump. I was not expecting the Shark Typhoon. Good God. It's a great card. It's an absolute great card. But I was not expecting that. What? Did you just cast it? God damn. Okay, that's going to be hard for us to deal with. Going to be very hard for us to deal with. I'm going to start with a radical idea. I guess that's a decent play. If we get a Royal Scions now, we'd be laughing. Get this Riel going. If they kill Riel and make a big flying blocker, that's gonna suck, but thankfully both of these are now high profile targets. Like they kinda have to kill both or they could just die. And I like my threats to be like that. I like my threats to threaten to just win the game if can't do anything about it. That's not too bad because we get another spell or two, we can blitz.
The land fights for us.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking 3 here. No blocks. If we get a Royal Scions, we actually threaten lethal, actually. So that's something. Oh, now we definitely threaten lethal. Oh, this is good. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. Why did they shock that, though? Feel of Heartless Act coming on. Oh, casualties of war. Ooh! That was disgusting. That was disgusting. Why would you do that? Okay, so my problem now is that I've been drawing lands and not gas. So I'm gonna pitch this island. Draw a card. I'm gonna pitch this Phoenix. Draw a card. Alright, well, you know what? Oh well. We could still do well with something. I'm actually starting to think that Blitz of the Thunder Raptor is not that good in this build because of the jumpstart thing. So I understand now why there's 3 in this list instead of 4, but I would probably go down to 2 and add 1 Beacon Bolt. Probably. Oh, we're so dead. This is just gross cards, that deck. Yeah. Yep, getting wrecked. Getting riggedy wrecked. There is actually an argument for...
And prepare.
God, are you serious? Can they cast that now? Yeah, they can. They can cast it now. Hi. Aye, we did. Okay, now, post board, yup. Bring these in for sure. I can definitely see Ether Gust being useful here, yep. And the gate's pretty good too. We just kind of become Izzet control, sorta. Like, Ral is going to be good for being able to repeatedly get rid of Sharknadoes, which is not something I expected to have to say today. Okay, so I did 3 balls. 3 Augur of Balls. I would get rid of a Cathartic Reunion. And I imagine they would aim at the graveyard, so Finale may not be great. And I think like Radical Idea is pretty good because, like, in this specific build, because it works nicely with Riel. It counts as 2 spells for Sprite Dragon and Arclight Phoenix. I think I'm pitching a Thrill. Yeah. Well, no, actually. No, I'm gonna leave the Thrill. I'm gonna drop a Shock, I think. Yeah, that seems somewhat reasonable. This doesn't feel like it would be a pretty good matchup if they get pretty much anything on the board. I would consider Mystical Dispute, but the only thing it really deals with that I could see there, well, I could remember off the top of my head, was Shark Typhoon, but that's only if they cast it. If they cycle it, it doesn't work. So we're on the Riel plan. It's the weakest plan against a deck that runs on the ground like theirs does, but it's a decent hand, so yeah, this can pitch the Cathartic Reunion, so I'm pretty okay with that. I aim to not do anything this turn, because if we get Thought Erasure, we get Thought Erasure. There's nothing we can do about that right now. However, if we don't, we get to play Riel. There's a I was just gonna say, if there's a Mystical Dispute, I'll be real sad. Okay, so they brought in Disputes. I should have actually thought about that and brought Disputes in myself. Yeah, that was a rookie move on my part. God, why you do that? They're taking Reunion. They can see that I can pitch 2 Radical Ideas and just, like, get a brand new hand. No. Okay, sure. I'm gonna opt to try and find a land, I guess. I don't think that's gonna be good enough here. I think I definitely need to find lands. Alright, well, I guess that's not happening today. Yep, forest. Oh my god, really? Alright. There we go. Let's take that. Shock it. Radical Idea. Pitch in the Phoenix. Are they considering doing something to this? Really? Really? Why would you do that? It's like, I still get what I want. That seems like a waste of a dispute. I'm okay with you doing that. I'm definitely okay with them doing that. That seemed terrible. And here's the problem. This is the big one.
Harness the elements.
Okay, so here's the problem. If I cast Riel now, I can't get a land. I think I have to risk like casting this first. God damn. Alright, well, you know what? I have to find a way to kill Nissa. I can't not. I know that means I'm gonna have a bunch of problems on the ground in the next turn or so, but I'm fairly sure I have to do it. Also, if they don't have another black land, they can't Casualties of War this turn because this is already a creature, which means that they can't untap a non-creature land with this, so that's also fine. Yep, they're just cycling it. That's okay. I'm okay with this. If they're not casting it, I'm pretty happy. D-Stroke feels real good right now. Just in the format in general. Because Fires is like the biggest deck, so basically every card is at least 3 CMC, and most of them are above 4 CMC, so it's all good. If they have another Mystical Dispute, I'm toast. I'd like if they have 3 disputes. No? Okay, that's fine. For a change, something actually went right in this game.
The land shall conquer you.
Okay, so it looks like we're in a lot of trouble, and that's because we are. But, you know, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. This, I feel like it's a bluff, but it could also just not be. So, I'm gonna play Riel. I'm gonna go to combat. Boop. Boop Nisa. And then Chakra.
My fortitude.
If they counter that, I'm gonna be tilted, but hard attack, kill it. Yeah, we're dead. We are absolutely dead in the water. They just pulled us apart. They completely pulled us apart.
I cannot protect you anymore.
They might even just have a Casualties of War to just end it here. But yeah, this is very rough. This does not line up well. This does not line up well at all. But we have a chance. So we could Temple to Scry, which I don't normally like doing, but Temple to Scry, that's not going to do anything now. We need to deal with something that's on the board. Raw using this. Let's this. So if they counter for this, we're definitely dead then. But we might not be. You for real? Yeah. All right. GG. GG. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. The fact that their last card was Shock Typhoon meant that we couldn't deal with it. So. Okay, so that was Phoenix. Phoenix is fine. It's fine. What I would like to do is, oh, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna get a pack.
Treat yourself.
Treat myself. I'm gonna go get a pack. What are the daily deals? Do we have any cool daily deals? We have one, and it's Timorite. So no. Let's go get a pack. Boop. Let's open it. See what we got. We're very close to getting a mythic rare wild card, which I'm pretty happy about. Oh. The Ozolith. Okay. I can deal with that. At some point, I want to make the mono green counter stack. So that'd be kind of cool. It's like a mono green stompy kind of job. Okay, so next up, well, I'll kind of leave it to you folks to what you want to see. So what I've got is we have a couple of decks that we can play from here that I haven't done on the stream yet. They would be Giganta Niv. I've got a budget Yorion deck, which I'm actually pretty happy with at this point. We've got a mono black Obosh deck, and then we've got an Orzhov Yorion deck as well. So we have 2 Yorion decks to play from, a Giganta deck and an Obosh deck. The Obosh deck is basically an aggro deck that uses the odd numbers and stuff. The Orzhov one here the Orzhov Yorion is kind of like a control-y sort of deck that utilizes some ETBs and some discard effects and that kind of thing. Also has some sweepers and the like. Gigantaneve is just a bunch of good cards. Like, I put no thought into this. I just went, that's a good card, that's a good card, that's a good card, and just sort of jammed it all into one. And what was the other one? The Budget Yorion deck. It's basically kind of like a weird Orzhov control that just has more ETB and permanent effects. So yeah, I'm fine with those. So Barnzai, you were first to respond. So if you want to take your pick of what you wanna do there, I'm all good with that. Something popped up on my screen and it didn't let me know what it was. Bear with me. Idiot Pig Boy, thank you very much for the follow, and that's a great name. There it is, my activity feed. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Jank Tank. Yorion, so you have a choice. There's Orzhov Yorion or Azorius Yorion. So Yorzhov or Azorian. So it's up to you. I'll never stop making portmanteau of things. Yorzhov? Yorzhov. Yeah, all right. So yeah, this is absolutely not optimized at all. This is just a brew that I sort of stuck together, and as you can tell by the fact that there's like 2 and 3 of everything in here. So it kind of like there's a lot of discard stuff. So you got Davriel, you got Agonizer Remorse, Burglar Rat, you got Basilica Bellhaunt and stuff. Then you just kind of got like good recursive stuff, like you've got some Elspeth Sun's Nemesis so that she can come back. You got top end with Liliana. You've got one of each of the Black and White Cavaliers. You got ECD. You've got Kaya down here, which is actually really good against the likes of the mono white life gain decks and the other decks that run like 1-drops and stuff, like the Rakdos Sack decks and everything. Mortify helps you deal with things like fires. Same with D-Spark. And then you just got like Heartless Act, you got Birth of Milius to make sure that you hit stuff, Murderous Rider to gain a bit of life and kill things. Overall, it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun. It utilizes Yorion's ability a little bit less than other decks, but it can also utilize it pretty well when it wants to, you know. So you can reset Planeswalkers, you can reset an Oath of Kaya, all that sorts of stuff. So let's just go with that. Let's try it out. This is 100% a test, so I'm going to this doesn't have a sideboard or anything. Please ignore the mono blue Lutri deck. Let's not get into that right now. Let's not get into that. That is a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a goddamn mess. So we'll get to that later. It's trash. It's absolute trash. It might be okay. It might be okay in like Historic or Pioneer, maybe, because there might be enough good cards in those in the color. But yeah. Oh yeah, I would absolutely put like 3 or 4 Elspeth Conquers Death in here if I had the wild cards for them. I've only got the one, unfortunately, which is kind of crap. This hand looks fine though. This hand looks fine. Discard some stuff, kill a bunch of stuff. It's all good. I'll get a 5-drop eventually. Like, this seems great. This deck is actually modeled on a deck that I used to play in Standard, and I still have it together. It's an Orzhov enchantment-based control deck that uses Treacherous Blessing, Doom Foretold, and a bunch of sweepers and stuff. I really like that. And this will be a Doom Foretold deck, again, if I had the rare wildcards, but I'm about 15 rare wildcards short, so all those bits you've been given, they're going... When Twitch gives me a payout for those bits, they're going right back into paying for wildcards. Eventually. He's recently got more for Esper Dance. Yeah, sweet. Like, honestly, I would actually try an Orzhov Doom Foretold deck, because that's the one, like I said, that I was playing with. I found it to be so much fun. Do I want to tear their hand apart? Yeah, probably. I'm okay with that. Room Foretold. I watched, funny story. I watched someone back before the whole pandemic thing, at my LGS. Someone had beaten my friend Brian, who is like the Tron guy. He's as loud and abrasive as Tron is, right? He was sitting there and he was silent for like 20 minutes, and I looked over and I found out that in Modern he was playing Tron and he was losing to a Doom Foretold deck that some rando brewed up and just rocked up into the shop with. And I was like, yes, I love it. They made him sacrifice an Ulamog. That's 10 out of 10. And they had nice little synergies as well. Like they had Icar Wellspring to draw a card, and then they sacrificed it to Doom Foretold to draw a card and mitigate the downside of Doom Foretold. Oh, it was fantastic. And they also used like smallpox and stuff, and they were just getting them to like they were just like untronning them like repeatedly. It was a work of art, I had to say. Absolute work of art. Steamkin, I'm gonna have to break you down now with this Heartless Act. Yep, they're gonna run out of cards themselves. I don't have to do a lot of discard to them, so I'm kind of okay with that. Honestly, here I think I'm okay with playing a Godless Shrine tapped and doing an Agonizing Remorse, because there's not a whole lot that I'd be that scared of next turn. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. I think I'm actually good with that. I want to make sure that they don't get anything good here. So if they draw a card, if it's a land that can play land, play Robber the Rich, get a card off me, I'm not too concerned about my own cards. So I think I'm getting a light up this stage. That represents 2 cards, so... Mono red, you old flame. You old flame. Leon used to play mono red every single week in the LDS. Back when we lived down in Dunleary. It was also back when it was a real good deck, which kind of helped, you know. Yeah, like this, I'm not really that scared about this. They want to light up the stage here, which means that they're gonna have this left in their hand by itself, which means I can Davriel it away. Like, I'm fine with this. I'd love more lands here, though. I definitely want more lands. I'm starting to get concerned because I can remove... Okay, that's good. That's good. But... So what do I want to do here? Do I want to... I think what I want to do is I want to kill the Steamkin now so they can get no value out of it. I think that's the best thing. And then I basically just need to not draw a Temple this turn, or 1 or 2 of the Triomes that are in the deck as well to help with mana, and then just Wrath. I think I'm good with just, if I can do that, if I can just Wrath, that'd be great. How are you, me old flower? How are you? How are you? Please don't steal a land. Please don't steal a land. It was the wrong land for me to get anyway, so I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, get wrecked. Yeah, do you like that? Waited. Alright, Red, what are you doing? Like, next turn I'm playing Yorion if I get a land, and then I just play Liliana and then it's game over. Like, I'm in with this. I'm in for this. Yep. What are you saying about my Kulchi impersonation? There's nothing wrong with it.
Terrible.
You're terrible.
Literally terrible.
Just because it doesn't sound like somebody from Tulla much more doesn't mean that it's a bad Kulchi impersonation. Someone somewhere in Ireland sounds like that. I hope you know that. Someone somewhere sounds like that. I gotta say, Spills never ever sounds like a Kulchi until she speaks with her family, and then she's like, oh hey yo, it's really funny. It's cute. It's really funny. But it's real funny. I'm gonna go into best of 1 with this, I think. Yorizab. Did you say bagel? What? I don't, is this a reference? I don't understand the reference. Or, are you laughing at, did she just say bagel? And was it funny? He said pure partially you're back home. The curve is a little high here, but like, as long as it's not red that we're against, which is unlikely because it's Luris, then I think we're kind of okay. It could be cyclic though. It's likely to be cycling. Everyone and their mother's playing cycling. Yep, there we go. Flourishing Fox. We're kind of dead because this doesn't kill it. So... Ah, this kills it though, so that's fine. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're all good. Uh-oh. Foxes conquer death. I'm gonna take the opportunity to kill one of these now. Get it? Bagel was a big insult back at home in Burr. Not sure if it was big in Tulla much more. He's hilarious. This is very funny. ECD looks freaking garbo here though, because everything is like under 3 CMC. Except those. You're very funny. You think you're very funny? You think you're very funny? To be fair, Leanne is very funny. Leanne makes me laugh about as much as I make her laugh. Maybe less. I gotta be honest, I am hilarious. I'm very funny. Yeah, like, honestly, if people keep playing lures, ECD is just a bad call. All the time. I'm absolutely gagging, foaming at the mouth for a board wipe here. Just, Kaya, give me a bit of wrath off the top. Come on, hit me. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. That's real nice, actually. That basically brick walls everything. Wrath, baby. It also mitigates like all damage they've done so far. So, yeah, I'm good with this. Got rid of another fox. So they could have land Luris Fox, which is pretty okay. Luris is actually quite good in these kind of matchups, and I'm actually saving this Murderous Rider if I can for Luris, because I would rather hit that with a removal spell while I'm comfortable to do so. Yeah, I think this card is actually pretty reasonably positioned, particularly against like these Jeskai decks and stuff, because they do well by drawing through the... They need a critical mass of cycling cards, because if they keep, for example, cycling into lands and losing the things off of it, the Plaguecraft is terrible here, unfortunately. But if they keep cycling through stuff and they keep ending up, like if they draw into lands that don't cycle, then they just don't really have much and can't really go anywhere. So Basilica Bellhaunt forces them to either remove cards in hand that are lands, so they'll potentially miss some land drops, so that it'll be harder for them to get to stuff like recurring things with Luris or playing Zenith Flare, or they'll just run out of cycling cards, and they'll have a lower quantity, which is also good for us. So I'm good with making some soldiers here, and if Elspeth survives this turn, I'm good with making some more soldiers and then flickering with Yorion, because then our board is just huge. Our board is just massive. Like, they're gonna have to lose a lot of stuff to be able to take care of Elspeth here, and even then it's not gonna be forever. It's only gonna be for a bit. So then a flare in my face. Okay, yeah, that's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. I can do with gaining some life now. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. I feel like those extra couple of points of damage weren't really worth it for our opponent, but maybe it was. Maybe they have another Zenith Flare. Maybe we should take that into account, actually. Actually, this kind of just does it for us, so yeah, I'm okay with this.
Together we can exact
Yorion. Just flicker the Bellhaunt and Elspeth. This now, if they have a Zenith Flare in hand, it actually just gets rid of it. We gain some life to buffer ourselves out of it again. And we have some blockers. And yes, it was a Zenith Flare. Nice one. Now they have to find a third one. So I'm pretty okay with this. I'm pretty okay with this. And now they're probably just gonna wipe the board, or I can just wipe the board. So yeah. I know these decks, and they're far too consistent. They are far too consistent. They will always get another copy of Zenith Flare in like no time at all. Okay, so what do I want to do here? Do I want to... I could just ECD to exile this. That probably has good use of my Elspeth Conquers Death, actually. It's the only permanent. So I'm pretty okay with that, actually. Yeah, exiling lures just basically means that they are now completely devoid of any kind of use. I'm going to keep myself further out of Zenith Flare range, I think. Because the way that they beat me now is by Zenith Flare. There is no way. Yeah, attacks as Flare. It will allow me to get back Elspeth this following turn if I use it up. Or, ooh, this is dirty. I can play Plaguecraft or sacrifice Yorion, and then next turn get it back with Elspeth Conquers Death, which will then trigger and flicker everything again and gain me more life and more stuff on Elspeth and all sorts all over the place. I think that's the way to do it, actually. Yeah, this seems good. This seems good. Okay, so, boop. I'ma boop ya. Now, play Crafter. Sack Yorion. I don't want to kill Elspeth just yet, so I'll minus on this to give this and this +2/+1 until end of turn.
I will do my best.
And then I'll actually just play at the Murderous Rider at this point because I want life gain. So I'm okay with a Zenith Flare. Yeah, this is all okay because again, once all of these things trigger, I'm kind of okay with just wiping the board and gaining a bunch of life too. So yeah, no real concerns here. Like having a massive panic button in the case of kill everything and gain some life is pretty okay. It's pretty okay for me. They have to kill this Bellhaunt like now, otherwise there's no hope for them. They chose not to. They chose not to. I feel like that was a massive mistake on their part, but okay. They have no good attacks at all. At all, at all, at all. Yeah, they're boned. They're absolutely boned. +1/+1 counter. Trigger. This. Submit.
You will need my gaze again.
No, there's nothing in. Oh, well, yes, you're right, actually. You're right. They couldn't have. You're right.
Is
correct.
scary, but underneath, I'm just a normal guy.
Yeah, so I'm good with just no attacks. Those things come back and then they get wrecked. Again, another 3. We sack this. It's all good. Let's go.
Struggling.
They're fairly heavily stuck now. They're stuck under Davriel and a board of stuff that just gains me a bunch of life. Oh, that's going to do it. Oh, that's going to do it. So I'm going to exile your face. Sorry,
like
it's the cutest one drop in existence, but gotta
Gone
go.
for now, but not forever.
I'm gonna gain life because I've no better reason to.
I believe
I've no
we will
reason to
find
do
it
anything
better
but
tomorrow.
keep myself out of Zenith Flare range while I slowly die. Kaya is 10 out of 10 because it's gonna keep shrinking the flare now as well.
Ugh,
So even if they do draw a Zenith Flare,
whiner.
it's gonna start shrinking. So I'm pretty sure they're out. They're out for the count. Like I can just board wipe here if I wanted to. Yeah. I think they've kind of copped on that. Yeah, feels good. Well, we're up to gold 1 minute, and that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. I'm happy to run this again. This felt pretty good. This felt pretty good. Now, there's definite, you know, numbers that need to be sort of toyed around with, but
steer the course of destiny.
otherwise, yeah, it feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Again, the whole point of today is to sort of prove that, like, just because something isn't a top meta deck doesn't mean that if you know it well, you can do well with it, you know? Like, play with what you want and enjoy it. That's kind of the big takeaway from all of this, really. Again, slightly high curve, but like, yeah, I'm fine with it. This temple helped me find my next land, which I've just found, so happy days. It's a little expensive right now. Sorry, Lily. So we're against red. That's okay. I can deal with red. I could definitely deal with red. Every single card in my hand is like, get wrecked red. Yeah, you know what? You want to do, you do you, bro. You do you. I will let you hit me. That's kind of nice. Honestly, I'm just going to pass, and I'm going to mortify the Annex. So, can they... Okay, that's pretty rough. But what happens here? I take 5, I untap, and I weapon lose. Yeah. I'm pretty okay with this. I don't see a world where they don't scoop to what I'm about to do. So... what you gonna do? The concede button is in the settings menu. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Discard a card, gain 3 life. They lost that was like discard 2 cards. That was pretty good. Play the stop. Say go. I'll happily eat your Annex. Or I'll happily throw this under the bus in order to eat your Annex. Like, that has to be an Embercleave, and even then I don't really care. So... yeah, like, make them have an Embercleave. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you activate Embert, and you trade off. That's also fine by me. Your board's terrible, opponent. Sorry about it. But, comes the breaks. I'm pretty okay with... actually, very okay with this. If anybody particularly hates mono red, by the way, this is a great deck to play. This is a great deck to play. Like, if they have nothing better to do here... yeah, like, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Like, now we just play this. We blow this. It makes a 3/3, but like, I'll block that for days. Next turn, I will play Cavalier of Night. That's fine. Yep. You can get a card off me if you want to lose your creature. Yep. Cavalier of Night. Play this. Sack this. These things happen. I will blow up Robber of the Rich. This now has lifelink. You can't win. Feels good. Here's Lan.
Hello.
In order for them to get cheap light up the stage here, yeah, they would have had to attack in and lose one of their creatures. Huh. Well, okay.
I like a good fight. Notice I didn't say fair.
Actually. Boop.
You better watch your back from here on out.
Yeah.
The tragedy of my death.
I
You are
can't
going
really
to fight.
see what
Fight
they
beside
could
me.
get here. I'm okay with not attacking as well because I'm fine with protecting the 2 planeswalkers while playing around a removal spell, and also that Fervent Champion in the Light of the Stage area. Yeah. So it's Fervent Champion. Yeah, they have to lose something in order to attack one time. So actually, they have to lose literally everything. Oh no, they don't have to lose everything. They got ECD. The one ECD. Are you serious? Okay. Well, in that case, it's in my best interest to. Oh well. Okay. Sure. I'll take it. That was a pretty easy one, to be honest. There are times where you just draw terribly against them, but yeah, Yorion next turn's like, and you die. So there have been times where I faced red with that deck, and it's just like sometimes you just draw the bad cards, like you just draw the discard side of it, and you're like, guess I'm dead. Like, here's the discard side now, for sure, with the Agonizing Remorse and Davriel. Oath of Kai is real good, and Birth of Melius is real good against aggro, so this is actually a nicely balanced hand. I would have liked for one of these to be a dual land or a swamp instead, because Birth of Melius will get us a second white source. Excuse me. So there's a chance we don't hit, if we draw a board wipe, we won't get it on time, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, hopefully. Let's see what it planes. Even them wondering what we're playing. Well, they're not going to know what we're playing it either way, really. So, great start. I think I would rather go with the Birth of Melius here. Now, I know this card is already good, but I kind of wish it searched for any planes. Then it would see play in like more than just standard, and would also be like real good. Okay, so here I think Davriel's the best one.
Make this quick. I'm bored already.
We're gonna get some more info
on
on what they have
terrific
here.
thing to waste.
Hopefully. Okay, another land. So we're not getting much info, not yet, but we will. Okay, the Gundaro. So yeah, it's one of these bands. So we've drawn like the right side of our deck for this, hopefully. Next turn we get to play Kaya and exile Lorero, which is pretty nice. Which is actually what I'm going to do right now.
Glad to be here. Your problems.
Boop, boop.
are
Loro's gone.
one.
Thank
Good
you.
for you. Shuffling me off.
Yeah,
my
opponent,
move.
please discard card.
Let's tidy up in there.
If there's any kind of deck that I cannot stand, it's this banned good stuff deck. Just where they just play loads of like, oh, really good things. Like, there's less fun in and interest in the deck building there, for me at least. Where they're just playing little silly things, they're just playing little silly things like Arboreal Grazer and everything to try and boost you up into playing just real dumb things like Teferi and Elspeth Conquers Death. And that's kind of it. And that kind of sucks. You know? I personally don't like it. I know some people love it, but it's gold card tribal, you know, it's kind of garbage. I'll leave you with the board wipe, that's fine.
Your bag. I'll be back.
Let's
Just
go.
you wait.
Unfortunately, cannot do much here. But we have our opponent's sort of stretched here, so I'm kind of okay with that too. They're never casting. Like as long as Kaya is out, they are never ever casting an Uro and having it stick around.
All
I'm
I've
pretty good with
left
that.
you is pain.
They're probably gonna have to get rid of the Gabrielle, or not. That's fine too. I'm also fine with desparking their ECD. Like I know we haven't hit our extra black source and we have missed a couple of land drops, but I do not feel like I'm behind at all. That is a different story. That is a different story. However, we have a way around this. We have a way around this, which is quite nice. Bop. In response, Philip. Can't discard another card to make it hexproof, so we all good.
I don't think you'll be needing that.
Growth spiral into nothing. Hopefully, nothing. Oh, into another one. Oh. Well, you know what, opponent? I really want to know what that card is. I'll take it, thanks.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Wrecked. Yeah, so this is what happens when you draw the right side against the right deck again. So, yeah, I'll load the Kaya. I'll kill this. I'll get it out of the way. Why not? I'm gonna get a Heartless Act ready for any other creature. Temple. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think it's pretty reasonable to just down a Yorion here. I'll flick around to Kaya. Get 3 free. I'll get a free lightning helix basically, so that's nice. And then on we go. If they have something like ECD or something here, that'd be fine. This is also fine. It's not really gonna do much. We've got a bunch of stuff in the bin, but they can cast our out of the bin like one time. But then that's it. So it's kind of okay. Like they're gonna bring Uro back now, and that's actually fine because we can just immediately Heartless Act it. And to me, a Heartless Act on an Uro is just a normal act. I think Uro deserves it. Soz bro. Yeah, I'll kill you though. Get wrecked. They gain 3 life, that's fine. All they're doing is just delaying the inevitable. So like, it's good. I can't do it for at least another 2 turns, I'd say. Yep, get on in. And pass turn. Yeah, if we had access to black mana earlier, we would have had much better time at this, but do I care about this? I kind of do. But they plan to bring back the Dream Trawler. I see how it is. Oh, there's a rat with its name on it, so that's fine too. Yep, sure, this can resolve. Yep, go ahead, take it. I ain't scared. Tef. Yeah, okay. Yep.
Sorry I'm late.
Would you like to bounce something?
Let's try this.
You wouldn't? Okay, well that's perfectly fine. So let's kill Teferi.
We will meet again.
Go to combat. Go, go, go. We have missed a lot of land drops. And for a 33, I want to say it's 33 lands? 33 land deck? Okay, so... like, this feels like it's not an unreasonable thing to wait a turn on, because they're probably gonna bring back Dream Trawler, so we can discard a thing. But yeah, I think I'll actually play this in case they don't play Dream Trawler. Because if they don't, now they're likely to, but if they don't, then we might be better off doing this, because if they don't, it means we still have a bit of attack on the board. But if they do, we can just rat instead of having to worry about cards they have in hand, which means, or we can, you know, Basilica Bell Haunt, and then maybe to get a card out of hand and that kind of thing. So oh, I love it. Oh, this is gonna feel so good. It's gonna feel so good. Rip. Oh, that was so nice. That was so nice. That felt so good. They can bring back Uro, but like, I'm not gonna do much. Oh, they found another one? Jeez, they're really getting in on this. Okay, this? What? Really? Okay. Okay. If they can pull ahead, I'll be impressed. But if anything's gonna do it, it's Nissa and Uro. Two cards that give the middle finger to conventional removal. So, if anyone can do it.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
So there, the graveyard is a single Dream Trawler. Okay, ECD deals with Nissa now, which I think is worth it. What can we get back? We can get back Davriel. It's fine, right? Yeah, I'll play it. Get rid of Nissa. I can take care of her. Somehow. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. They're just chaining Uros together. I'm sick of his big dumb face coming down over that screen, to be honest. I really don't want to play with him, but I know at some point I'm gonna have to get the wild cards. He's just too good. But do what we can. I have a lot of grazers. A lot of grazers. Well, I told you we'd find a way to do it. Let's just we could wait a turn. I'm actually okay with waiting a turn. I'm gonna do this so that I can block Uro. The reason I'm gonna do this and block Uro is that if I draw another black source, I can cry and wrath and exile everything. And that is what my main goal is. Ashen Brazen Bar, fly right into my like fly directly into my board wipes. I'm fine with this. I'm gonna take a chunk here. Take a block. I take 3, Bellhaunt dies. I can bring Bellhaunt back now if I want to. Which is kind of nice. And I guess it depends on what I draw. Because if I draw something worthwhile... If I draw something that isn't an untapped black source, I can... A Cavalier of Night. Tameo's a pain, actually. What did they return? Dreamfall? That's fine. That kind of makes me want to discard stuff from their hand more now. So, like, if I get a Davriel and wipe the board... Oh no, I have Davriel in hand now. Okay. Yeah, then it's Bellhaunt. Right, yeah, this stops it from happening. Okay. Yeah. Family prevents it. Yeah, that autocorrect. Yeah, I need a way to get rid of that now. I think it's just out of Kaya and hope for the best.
I will not stand for such violence.
Yeah, I actually think I'm just going to keep everything in hand here, because I don't think this Davriel's going to do a whole lot here. It's going to make them discard one card that isn't a Dream Trawler, and then they play the Dream Trawler anyway, and then I still put them into a Wrath, but my Davriel died for no reason. It just doesn't feel particularly useful, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully they will play a Trawler right out into the wipe. I don't see why they would get it back to hand and then not play it. That seems loose at best. Yeah, I'm just gonna do some jumping here. I'm fine with this. I guess I could have kept it for the Cavalier actually. That was probably a mistake actually on my part. Well, it wouldn't be me without making a mistake. Yes, this seems fine. Untap Black Source. No, I said untap Black Source. No. Oh, to just be able to get Uro right back. Like, there's no point in doing that. Fucking hey, Dream Trawler. Okay, what do we do? We could Davriel discard a card, Wrath. We can Cavalier of Night, nothing to sack, don't kill something. That seems like the worst line. Or we can Cry Davriel, which is also the worst because it only kills Brazen Borrower. It's just Wrath, isn't it? It's Davriel into Wrath. Yeah. I'm trying to get rid of these friggin' Uros, but they just won't go away. If we had a fair balanced matchup here, Uro would not be able to escape, and it would just be like, you know, 5 mana or whatever, and it'll do the thing. But unfortunately, that is not the case here. So, rip.
Empty your mind.
Okay. Blow up the world. Yeah. Take 2. Haha, gotcha.
Loneliness can hurt.
We're not there yet. We're gonna have to find... If we find another Kaya, actually, that would also be 10 out of 10. Maybe not right now, because we need to have something that will actually just try to kill an arrow again. Because this is just gross. Like, if we kill this one now, and they cast a single card, they can just get another arrow. Like, it's so never ending. It's such a poor design choice. Yeah. I think this is where we fall behind and we lose. I don't think we can come out of this. Not easily anyway. Not easily. If this was sacrifice another creature or the enchantment or planeswalker, that'd be good, but it's just so poorly weighed against this now. Yeah, this feels inadequate, to be honest. I think the white one is better. The life link is so important. So, I don't know. Come on, good draw, good draw. Now stop it. Stop it. Stop it with your taps.
Stand by and watch. I'll protect you.
Okay, Kaya, but our problem is that Uro's out. That's our issue now. So, what happens if we make them discard a card? Use Use up the Davriel. Get Kaya down.
Let me pick your brain for a minute.
Somebody bothering you?
Exile some things from the
I'll
graveyard
make
like
them
Dream
stop.
Trawler and Uro. Yep.
Do that, am I? You better watch your back from here on out.
This ain't going well. We're too short on black sources. If we had black sources earlier, we would be in a much better situation. If that plains we ripped off the top was a swamp, this game would be over, I think. Because we would still have a Davriel, we would now have a Kaya as well, and they'd have no way to pull back in. They'd have gotten a Teferi and that's it. Yeah, the difference between basics there was huge. Huge. Probably decided the game because now they've just got lethal. That's actually okay. Not amazing, but Borrower and Tamio, I guess. Game's
Well,
life.
good for you.
I have learned
I had
little
guild
here.
business to attend to anyway.
If they flash in something, we're dead. If they, yeah, we're so dead. Activate Ventress. Yes. Activate Vent, yes. And what you got? What you got? How dead are we? How dead are we? Are we dead? We're dead, right? We dead. Oh, they scried to the top. Yeah, we're in trouble. 39 friggin' life. Like we had this locked up at the right draw. Unfortunately. Do not now to get rid of the Kaya to fully lock us out of the game. We need a board wipe, or we need a. God, there's a few things we need here. Oh, that's just gone. We need a board wipe. And here to mock us is that swamp I was looking for 5 turns ago. God. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. The Bantex, they just outvalue constantly. The fact that they have such insane long game is really gross. The problem with these decks, they don't kill you quickly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you're sitting there in the like, well, I could recover a bit, maybe, sort of, so, but you ultimately don't. 9 times out of 10, you don't recover. They just take over and we deal with it. We got our Mythic Wild card, which is good. And we got a Mythos Abracus. I love these. This is some of my favorite art from the set. Is the Seb McKinnon Mythos. They are sweet. If you don't follow him on Twitter, jump over and follow him on Twitter. He put up at the time of spoiler season. He put up a making of these and showed them in person, and where he got his inspirations from, like these ancient cave paintings and stuff, and how those handprints there are his actual handprints in real life on the canvas and stuff. It's badass. It's really cool. His ability as an artist is like. The fact that he's not particularly well known outside of Magic is a travesty, to be honest. It's an absolute travesty. His abilities are incredible, absolutely incredible. So we have an option here. I've got 2 Mythic Rare. A lot of Team Iraq decks are now running to Uro, and then also running a couple of, like, a little bit of a flash package, like a few Nightpack Ambushers and Frilled Mystics and stuff. I don't want to get Uros, but like so many decks in Standard are running them that if I'm choosing not to run them, I either don't play those decks, which seems like I'm cutting out a lot of the format that I'm playing, or I am just building a weaker thing, you know, in comparison, like much weaker, significantly weaker. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll do one more with the Yorizov. Kit and Armel, come along. I don't like Chevelle. I don't like it at all. I tried it out in that workshop thing. I don't like the way that it works. It just feels crap, to be honest. It just feels kind of like it's not my thing. It's not my thing. I'm not saying it is crap. It's just I think personally, for my style of stuff, it's not my thing. This is a Gyruda deck. Kaya's Wrath is insane against them. I'd like to repeat that. This is the best card against a Gyruda deck. Let them play out their whole deck. It's fine. Do it. Do it. They're not going to mill us out because we're a Yorion deck, so that's okay. So all we have to do here is basically just sort of sit around, just do whatever the hell we want. Wait until they play Gyruda, and then we just like I'll keep a second Wrath. They can only win by turning everything sideways, and they're not turning everything sideways until turn 4 probably, maybe even later. So actually turn 5. They'll turn things sideways on turn 5. So even on the draw, if we get our lands on time and we Kaya's Wrath, they just lose. They just can't really get there. Like, we can grind out and stuff with the guard mages and stuff, but like, not really doing much, to be honest. Like, I'm okay with doing an auto Kaya here, just to make it look like I'm interacting, doing the thing. Now, I don't know how we win, because all we have... Yeah, sure. Hands in the background, sneezing. I don't know how we win because all of our hand is removal. Maybe we just win with Yorion. Maybe that's all we do. Yorion, blink Oath of Kaya, deal 3 to the face. Put you back to 20, have a 5-turn clock with Yorion. Maybe that's how we do it. Honestly, I think the Gyruda decks are also kind of garbage. Like, they're good if they're not being interacted with. But people are like, hey, should we, like, interact now? And everyone's kind of going, oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Turns out that most people play interactive Magic, and if we interact with things, these glass cannon decks just don't work. Yeah, the perfect play against a Wrath recently, I think we effed up. Oh. Meant to Flicker Prince with Acid, then Flicker Gyruda with Prince, so comes back on our opponent's end step. Oh, but that didn't work, did it? Feel like that didn't work. Now is not a bad time either to... I was gonna say to play Cry, because if they miss a land here, it puts them back a turn, but looking at Burglar Rat as well, and that's not bad. No, I'm just gonna Cry. If in doubt, look, folks, calm down. Or just, you know, anytime in general, if you feel like it, just cry. If in doubt, just have a wee cry. Wee cry. Have a cry in the Carnarium, and you'll be fine. Yeah, see, they had to shock him. They do the Gyruda thing, they do the flippy flopping with the flippy whopping, and they do the thing, and then they get back probably something stupid. Gyruda, okay. They're gonna have a ding dong coming back here. What's his name? Oh, they got a guard mage instead of a Charming Prince? Really? Okay. Yeah, well, you know what? That's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You would have, but you blinked Spark Double onto an empty board. Oh no! You blinked the wrong one. Oh, that's not good. It's not good. Tassa can be actually quite difficult because we don't really have any particularly good way of dealing with a Thassa. I will Burglar Rat though. I will Burglar Rat and Kaya. And start exiling some garbage. I'm okay with that.
I can get
rid of some stuff. Let's get rid of Spark Double and Gyruda. Yeah, let's go with that. Sure, why not? You even played the styled one, so Spark Double even looks different. You could have just not said that and just saved a bit of face. But I appreciate the willingness to lean into the blow. Lean into it. Sometimes it's better. I do like the Gyruda decks. I do enjoy them because they are just big dumb glass cannon things, and I love big dumb glass cannon things. But I'm gonna tap to try and get some damage into Kaya. Yes, don't worry about that.
I'm not dead yet. Try harder.
You tell him, Kaya. I'm not dead yet. Try harder. Okay. I guess I will. crazy lady. Yeah. Gonna exile some more stuff. Let's get rid of Spark Double and Charming Prince.
You're not good. You better watch your back from here on out.
The puntiest of punts. Lord Puntington the Third. I am pretty good actually with doing a burglar rat here instead of Basilica Bell Hunt, because this allows me to hold up Mortify, because there's a good chance that they're going to try and tap down. If they get a land here, they're going to try and tap down both burglar rats to hit Kaya again, and if that's what they do, it'll allow me to mortify the Paralyzed Druid, but they just conceded instead, so that's fine. So yeah, like, all you need to do is just break the back of the board that Gyruda's first play makes, and that deck is dead. It's absolutely dead. And like, I was listening to Arena Decklist podcast there recently, yesterday in fact, when I was out for a cycle. Let's see what we get actually. Mythic. Snapdax. Snapdax is sweet. I really like Snapdax. But oh, the event's complete. Yeah, whatever. What was I saying? Yeah. So what they were saying is, at the moment we're experiencing the same thing that we experienced with what's it called? Aetherworks Marvel. At first, it was a big, huge whoop, 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 spin the wheel and like just win the game sometimes, but sometimes you also just fail. But then eventually it will turn into. So what's happening now is that you have all of these like Yorion and ECD decks and stuff and fires and all that are just trying to go bigger, and if they go bigger, then what'll happen is that the combo-y decks like Gyruda and stuff will try and keep up with that stuff by going more mid-rangey. And then when it becomes mid-rangey, that's when it starts getting really, really good, because you just play, like, you don't even necessarily, like, it could end up that you just have 4 Gyruda in the deck and you don't have a companion, so you can play all these other good cards like Risen Reef and stuff, and eventually you just play Gyruda and then just win the game on the spot. But in the meantime, you just have a really, really good game plan. And I think that's the best thing to do. And I don't think people have done that yet. And I think that's probably going to be the next iteration of it. And if people want to get ahead on that, basically just look at Sultai mid-range decks now and just force the Gyruda combo in there. That's all you have to do. Just force the Gyruda combo in there. And just go with that. I'm going to play one more Yorizov because I'm actually having lots of fun with it. It's a lot of crack. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Plus we got another hour or so. We can definitely jam another couple of games. This seems fine. It's a Lura stack, so Elspeth Conquers Death is kind of a multi-6 already. I'm gonna mull. Yep. This is a pretty good hand, just in general, I think. Teamer with Perforos and Gyruda, maybe? I still feel like that, like, yes, it sounds sweet and badass, but it could be a case that that's still just along the combo end of things, which, again, still nothing wrong with that. But I think what's gonna happen, like, what usually ends up happening is that these dumbass decks end up turning into, like, just insanely powerful, like, mid-range engines, and eventually just, you know, at some point it's probably going to get to a point where it morphs into a mid-range deck with the combo still in it, and eventually just gets rid of the combo because the rest of the deck is just better. It's entirely possible. Now, I can't see the future, but that's kind of what that's basically what Aetherworks Marvel did. It eventually, now granted that took a ban, but like it's not absolutely out of the question that we could potentially see no ban, you know. But I wouldn't say Gyruda anyway. But that aside, it took a ban, yes, to get Aetherworks Marvel deck to morph into Teamer Energy, and then became the de facto best deck for God knows how long. But yeah, like, it's probably just gonna end up in a similar kind of way. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna murder this lad. This Valiant Rescuer, the one that every time you cycle for the first time each turn, you make a 1/1. It's really, really good in a lot of matches that people don't realize. Okay, you expose your Luris. That is very okay with me. Now I kill it. Moving on. So their their game plan's kind of ruined now. Yeah, like that's probably what's just gonna happen. You know, that's probably the point where it starts to get into a mid-range deck and stuff. You know, that's where it's gonna end up. But yeah, sorry, the Valiant Rescuer. The reason that it's good in these kind of decks in general is it helps you grind out against 1/1 removal, and in aggressive matchups, it allows you to turn your creature sideways while holding up tokens, which is quite nice. I'm going to Agonizing Remorse. I'm gonna pull something out of their hand that I'd rather them not have. I think it's Valiant Rescuer. And then I think I'm just going to play Kaya here. I think I've got my next couple of turns lined up.
I'll phase through anything.
Get rid of Luris, get rid of Valiant Rescuer. Yeah, you definitely can't get them back, even if their deck is built kind of weird. So yeah, if we get a land here, I'm going to play Liliana, and then the next turn I'm going to activate all my Planeswalkers and play Yorion, and the game should be over. But honestly, playing Liliana is probably just going to do it anyway, so... yeah. Oath is real good, yep. Yeah, it was I think it was the right play there. Yes. Isn't it weird how bad power creep is? So bad that Nissa Shakes the World isn't even really good enough anymore after how dominant she was last season. She's still real good. Just what basically the reason it's kind of a weird spot right now, Kitten Arm, because she is still real good, but she's not seeing any play because a lot of decks are currently trying to explore other things. The newer stuff to try and see like what combinations of things work together to make ridiculous this, that, and the other. And I honestly would not be surprised if we saw something in, say, like you know, like 3 weeks time where Nissa is back on the top again. You know, like we are actually already seeing like four color decks that run Yorion and everything that run Nissa and Teferi and Casualties of War and Narset and all sorts. It's still there. It's definitely still there. It doesn't line up very, very well specifically with the couple of decks that are at the top at the moment, so it can change a little bit, but yeah, overall yeah, like honestly, give it 3 weeks and I'm going to be sitting here in this exact chair, in this exact same position, talking about how much I'm sick of Nissa again. It's going to happen. That was a nice line from the opponent, putting the footfall crater on. Normally people just leave these to cycle, but forget that it actually gives things haste. This puts enough pressure on Kaya so that even if I have Lily on the next turn, they can still kill Kaya.
I dare you!
And of course, I draw ECD, which doesn't do anything here. Well, I'm gonna take up on this anyway. Make your Zenith Flares absolutely garbage.
I'm gonna make
and then force you to lose. Actually, no, this is fantastic. Bounce. Yes, this is where we go. Yeah, Gyruda deck will eventually get Nissa and take Gyruda out of Companion stock. Some of those cards are just good to not be companions, you know. But I honestly don't think people are copping on to that right now. Like, Luris is really good, but not in every deck. Like in this deck here, it's absolutely perfect because all of the best cards are under 3 CMC for that type of deck. You know, nice little cheap creatures, and then you know it's an incredibly mana efficient deck. You use every single speck of mana you get every turn in that deck. Whereas you look at stuff like Rakdos Sack. In what world did people think that taking Mayhem Devil out in order to get a 3/2 that recurs the things that already recur themselves is a good way to build a deck? Like, just put Luris in the main and have it as a recursive engine. You don't need it in the sideboard. Mayhem Devil is infinitely better in that deck. You know, it's like companions are insane cards by themselves. You don't guarantee need it every single game because sometimes you just don't. Like, the reason that Lurrus is a companion in the Boros and Jeskai cycling decks is because all of it happens to incidentally fit the criteria for it anyway, so there's no restriction to it. It's free real estate, you know? But I can absolutely justify going to 7 cards in hand in order to play Nissa, and honestly, you don't either. You just play a Yorion deck. It's definitely the best thing you can be doing right now, is playing a Yorion deck. I think we get rid of all these things that cycle. Now there's Zenith Flare currently on turn like 6 or whatever it is, will hit me for 2. So it's Garbo. Mayhem is too good. Mayhem Devil is too good to ignore. My hand, unfortunately, is kind of clunky and awkward here, and I don't really have anything that I want to bring back. Otherwise, I would just cast Elspeth Conquers Death, despite the fact that I'm not getting any value from it. But yeah, we've definitely played with 7 cards before. Yeah, honestly, like Yorion, I never really subscribed to the we gotta play 60 card decks thing, because sometimes you just you don't want to make cuts on certain things, you know. You don't want to cut certain cards, but you don't know what else to take out because the other cards are all real good. Some are just real good metagame answers and all this kind of stuff. So what I say is just build like Yorion decks. Put some of your sideboard cards main board. Like for example, if you're running a blue based Yorion deck or a deck that has Yorion that is blue, put a couple of Mystical Disputes and Ethos in the main. Like sometimes they'll be great, sometimes you won't draw them, sometimes they'll be incredible game enders on the spot, like, you know. It all kind of depends on what ends up happening. I'm gonna kind of play it a little bit safe here, but yeah, so like let's see. Kahira seems gone under the radar, to be honest. It's just a free roll in most control decks, which is pretty absurd. Kahira is, I keep forgetting all the companions. Kahira, oh yeah, Kahira, yeah, absolutely. Like that's just a free beat stick. That's just a free beat stick in the sideboard. Like if your control deck is running no creatures, just put it in the sideboard. It's free real estate. That's a great example. It's a great example as well because it's not a good card by itself. Like it's not. It's just like it's a 3 mana 3 power creature. That's fine. However, it's not eating up a slot in your main deck to have a threat. And sometimes all you need is any threat to win. Like some of the best control decks in Pauper, for example, the Izzet Fairies, the non-Delver versions are really, really slow control decks that will just eventually win the game with like, say, 2 1/1 flyers. It's just what it does. You know, it's just, this is what we need to win the game, and this is all we need to use. So that's what we'll use, and that's it. So yeah, that's a perfect example, Kitten Arm. That is a great example of a type of card where there's very, very little deck building restriction to have it as a companion, so you may as well. And honestly, that's probably the way that we're going to see these companions ending up. Like right now, everyone and their mothers just jamming them into everything to see what works and what's cool and what'll happen with this, that, and the other, and that's great. I wholly applaud that approach because it means that we get to try out different things and try different approaches, and it's fantastic and I love it. The downside is when you look at the likes of Modern and you see Burn, and it's like, well, we didn't have to do anything to include Burn. We played like the extra inspiring advantage and that's it. You know, like that's where things get bad. That's where things become problematic. Because now all they're doing is they're just jamming, they're jamming like 1 fewer land, and they're putting in like 3 Mishra's Baubles, and then let's just go. We're getting free cards every turn. That's scary and bullshit, you know? That's where the problem comes in. The reason Lurrus is so good, and like I said, in the cycling deck, it's free. It's just free. Spills, thank you for the biddies. Jake's very happy with you.
I want to see Jake.
Leanne's just throwing bits in because she wants to see Jake all happy. Look at him go. But yeah, honestly, I think that's where the power is going to come from. The actually, that's kind of good. I like that. Let's go with that. I feel like our opponent's not very happy with us right now.
Oh, I'm being outdone.
Oh, Parents, thank you very much for the biddies. When I redid the stream layout, I was really struggling to try and find some form of theme that I enjoyed, and we'd recently finished watching Adventure Time. We'd watched a large majority of it from it just being on TV anyway, but we watched it from start to finish completely, like all 300 and something episodes. And I was like, you know what? Jake. Let's just make it Jake. And yeah, and like I love retrowave stuff. I love 8-bit stuff anyway, so like that's where I kind of got the idea to have like the name down here in the like the 8-bit style and all that kind of thing. And like I said, with the background is a mashup of Izzet stuff and retrowave and Hawaiian print, and it just feels very me. So yeah, kind of jammed it all together, and it was pretty cool, and I liked it. So yeah. And Jake, I think I identified most with Jake when I was watching the whole thing, because he was just kind of like, you know, whatever, let's just do this thing, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, let's see what happens. If something chaotic happens, who cares? And I can get on board with that. I absolutely am behind putting things into motion just to see what happens. I'm definitely behind that. You don't know which companion is better for Niv to light. You see Yorion more, but you think overall Giganta may be better as it's easier to free roll. Any thoughts? Yes, Kitnarm. I honestly think you are correct. Giganta is probably the better creature because you can just play Giganta for free, and no matter what way your mana ends up on turn 5, you can just play it, or turn 4 if you're growth spiraling or what have you. And then you untap and then just tap it and play Niv Mizzet, and like at that point, your opponent's dead. Like, they have to have gotten under you by that point, but like, they're dead. They're dead. Giganta is such an easy include in so many decks as well. Like, humans in Modern is just running Giganta as a one-of in the sideboard, because turns out using up 6% of your sideboard in order to have a always there 5/5 for sometimes when the game goes long and you need another threat is just insane. Like, what would you rather have? Always have an unthought seizable 5-mana 5/5 that will help you cast your things later as well if that comes down to it. But you also have a 14 card sideboard, or you have 15 card sideboard, deal with 7 card hands, and every single card could be thought seized. I'm taking the Giganta. I'm definitely taking the Giganta. It's a free roll, like, for sure. Seeing people running Finder? No, that's a typo, isn't it? Is it? You see people running Finder new to speed it. Rhythm Finder? What? I'm sorry, I'm confused. I figured it was autocorrect, but this is the rhythm of the finder. The finder. No. Let's not go there. I should probably have played Lily there. I don't know what I was thinking, but you know what? Our opponent is roping us, so like, it's fine. But I'm happy to just sit here and talk crap because, well, I've been doing it this whole time, so, you know. Yeah, honestly, in Standard, people are probably starting to get sick of seeing companions. I was going to say commanders, it's basically the same thing. Companions in like every single game, but that will like flatten out. That will absolutely flatten out. There will be decks where they will be just the best choice for the deck, and that's totally fine.
No one has seen
but there are also
face and lived.
There are decks where they're in now and they probably shouldn't be. Honestly, they probably shouldn't be. Like the Fires decks that run Karuga, I know they cheat a little bit by running like Brazen Borrower and Bone Crusher Giant, but like they're just gonna get mushed into the floor by aggressive decks if they continue. And I don't think that that's the way the Fires is gonna end up. For example, I think they're gonna end up cutting Karuga and playing something else. They could end up playing Giganta for no apparent reason, depending on how it goes. So like, you know, it could be awful.
A mind is a terrific thing to waste.
Oh, Rhythm of the Wild, okay.
I'll be back. You won. This time.
No, I know it was what you were saying, singing the song. I was just trying to work it out. It could have been something else. I wanted to be sure. But, our opponent is really taking their time here. How many cards they got exiled? 14. No. Next turn I can kill them. Next turn I can kill them. If they don't force themselves into a concede. Hello, opponent. Yeah, they're gonna end up having their head explode here. I think they're a little salty. But yeah, there will be decks. Like, some of the best decks in the format will be Yorion decks, because at the moment, at least until rotation, because there are so many good cards that filling it up to 80 cards is like no big deal at all. No big deal at all. To get a free 5/5 that will just flicker random stuff, yeah, give me that. I'll take it. But yeah, like, things can change with rotation and stuff. My problem, honestly, is not with standard at all. Standard is going to settle. Standard is going to work itself out, and it's going to be fine. There's going to be a few companion decks, there's going to be a few non-companion decks, and some of them are going to be as good as the companion ones. But my problem is when you go Pioneer onwards. You know, like Pioneer, like Lurrus is again it's when decks are free roll. When they get free roll companions. For example, Orzhov Auras in Pioneer is a free roll of Lurrus. You know, Izzet in Soul has a free roll of Giganta, because nothing has a double blue pip or a double red pip. They're literally just playing a 5-mana 5/5 in the sideboard, because sometimes games go long and I need another threat. It's always there. You know, they're where they become an issue. Less with Giganta, because it basically just becomes an extra threat, which is kind of good. You know, like, it makes more sense to include it than not include it if it basically means that you have to do 0 changing to your deck. But yeah, I think, like, and again, like I said with Modern, there's Kiki Chord decks now that are running Yorion, just because, well, you're going to be able to tutor up all this stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter how big your deck is. You're going to draw the pieces you need when you need them. So what difference is it going to make? This opponent is taking forever. But also, like, Lutri in Vintage is busted, because same with Lurrus as well, because, like, Lutri was banned in Commander. Rip, my poor little baby water sausage son. It was banned in Commander because it didn't have a deck building restriction. It was a free roll, and that is where Wizards should look when it comes to problematic companion things. You know, like, I don't think that Yorion should be banned in, like, Modern, for example. If Yorion decks end up being a thing in Modern, that's fine. Like, they have to build a deck around it. There will be a little bit less of, like, Yorion is a little bit less of a free roll, because you do have to alter the deck a little bit and do X, Y, Z, ABC, 1, 2, 3. But stuff like Lurrus in Burn, you know, like that any deck that can make a free roll of something is not a good thing to be doing, you know. Like, I would definitely consider pulling them from there. But in Standard, currently, yeah, they're all fine. That was a slow-ass win from a slow-ass, salty opponent. I'm assuming salty this time. Normally, I assume that they're eating spaghetti and their dog jumped up to try and get some spaghetti. That's how I explain roping to things in general. But, you know, we're on 8 wins today. That's okay. That's okay. Wait, have I gotten 8 wins in 2 hours? That's unheard of. That is unheard of. I'd be on like 5 by now, tops. Okay. I'm taking it. I'll take it. Let's jump into another deck. See what else we got. So we have another off-meta deck choice here. Matt, there is nothing wrong with all caps. There's nothing wrong with all caps. Okay, so you know what, Matt? You're here. Barnes, I got to pick the last one, so I'll leave this one up to you. There are 1 or 2 decks that I haven't decided on what to play for the remainder of the last half hour. So you get choice if you like. The choices are, we have Gigantanev. We also have a budget Azorius Yorion deck as Yorion. And then we also have Mono Black Obosh, which is not actually finished because I don't have enough wildcards to get some Roast Riders, but I have Murderous Riders instead and Midnight Reapers, and that's kind of close enough. This is an aggressive thing, like an aggressive sorted Mono Black deck. This is kind of like a control deck, and this is also kind of like a control deck, but it's more of a gold card tribal play literally every good card in standard kind of deck, so has to be Niv? Yeah, no worries. Let's do that. Now, this is not tuned at all in any sense, but it's just a pile of crap. Like, it's I don't know what else to say. I just saw a bunch of cards and went, that goes in, 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 that's fine. And then that's kind of it. So we got some D-Sparks and some Tyrant Scorns and Angrat's Rampage and Assassin Trophy and Justice Strike, so we can hit all those off Niv. We also have Growth Spirals and Gilded Geese to try and get us up a mana quicker. We have a Hydroid Crisis, an Unmoored Ego, a couple of Solar Blazes, some Otakayas, a Mortify, a bunch of Teferis, Thought Erasures, Atros Oracle of Truths, Trustani, Discordant, and then finally 5 Niv Mizzet Reborn with a Gigantha. And that's it. I don't even have a sideboard for this. I literally just slapped this together. Like a couple of days ago, and I murdered like 6 people with this, and like they didn't know what to do with it. So where is this now? Gigantanev. That sounds like some sort of stage name. Welcome everybody, my name's Gigantanev. My hair is a disaster. Oh, we need to cut this soon. It's a mess. Look what it looks like when it's down. Look at how stupid this is. Hang on. This is real dumb. Look at this. Look at this shit. I look like a real ding dong. Alright. Somebody buzz cut me. This is 4 shocks. I guess this is fine. I can Angrat's Rampage and no more. Yeah, look, it's fine. It's a Luris deck, so like whatever. We're gonna lose with this hand. I'm gonna go Breeding Pool tapped because reasons. I've no better. Oh, okay, we're dead. Let's go with a Blood Crypt tapped. And pass. So with a bit of luck, we can snag that with an Angrat's Rampage, hopefully this turn. If they put down another creature, we can always beds with Teferi, which is kind of nice too. So, okay, good. They won't have another creature this turn, so we can Angrat's Rampage it. I'm very happy with that, personally. So I'm going to shock this in, and Angrat's Rampage, target player sack a creature, and over we go. Next turn we get to Unmoored Ego and Zenith Flare, which means that they have to kill us with our creatures. I'm pretty okay with that. Actually, do I just want to... No, I don't want to take another shock here. Well, actually, if I take another shock and just Teferi, it's less damage. Yeah, that's actually better. Makes life Teferi. Boints. I'm gonna boints this.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Where am I? No, I'm gonna take it up, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it up. This is gonna take some attention off of me and onto Teferi.
It was nothing.
No doubt, because most people will just bring up Teferi. And yes, I am playing Teferi. Sometimes I do play it. As much as I despise this card, I try to build decks without it where possible. That's how much I hate it. But oh, they're ignoring it. Okay. I'm gonna bounce the Stinger.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
And then Fable Passage. Let me work out what I need here. So I've got 2. Is it another blue? Sure. Let's go with. Wait, hold on. I need to have a. Yeah, maybe it's a blue. Yeah, let's go with blue. Let's go with blue. Let's get an island. I'm gonna play Giganta here because, well, it's gonna be hard for me to get around it. There's nothing in their deck that can deal with it. They don't have enough cyclers in the bin to kill it just yet. And if they kill it with the Zenith Flare instead of hitting me with it, I call that a win. It's still probably a loss, but like, you win nonetheless. Luris. What was that about? Oh, I think they wanted to get back a Fox and it failed because they didn't look at their mana correctly. They needed to shock that Sacred Foundry in order to have the 2 white for Luris and the 1 white for Fox. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate opponent, but I'm personally okay with it. Oh god. Yeah, seriously need to do something with this hair. It's a pile of mess. Right justice. Yeah, this is a pretty good hand. It's slow. Slow against assuming Luris cycling, which has become like, honestly, it's probably one of the top tier decks at the moment. I'm gonna Fable Passage for. I'm gonna have to Fable Passage for a swamp, I think. Yeah, I'll Fable Passage for a swamp. Well, that's kind of nice. Like a Fable Passage for a mountain now. And they will probably think I'm on some weird Giganta Rakdos sack. Because now I know this means I can't Teferi this turn, but I'm kind of okay with that. They're not up too much. They're not up too much, so it's fine. I'll play this tapped. Like, it's turn 3 and I'm still on 20 life, and I'm gonna play. Probably gonna play an Atris this turn. Yeah, like I'm not really taking a whole lot here, and I'm okay with trading an Atris for a Granite Healer. So, yeah, I'm on board with this. Let's go. Let's go, opponent. I think Atris is a hell of a good design in cards, personally. But if I draw a Forest or Island, I can natural live. I could, or if I draw a land, I can Giganta, and then the following turn Niv without tapping any of my lands. That's also fun. I'm kind of okay with taking the. Am I okay with the hidden card? You know what? I'm okay with a board wipe in a land. I'm very okay with a board wipe in a land. Yeah, a Niv visit in the bin. That's fine. Fine by me. I kind of figured that's all it could have been. There's nothing else that I think they would not want me to have that I could think of in the deck. So oh, they're casting some of their spells instead of cycling them. That is very good news for us. Very good news for us. Okay, well, anyway, here's Giganta. Fairly sure they have no way to beat this. They're probably going to have to make a Fox real big. They could play a land, cycle 3 cards, and then hit this with a Blitz of the Thunder Raptor if they had him in the deck, but it's unlikely, so... yeah? Like, they're getting the damage down, but I'm going to be killing them pretty hard pretty quick. So... so I'm going to tap Giganta and play... wait, actually, do I want to do that right now? Or do I want to use that for, like an Assassin's Trophy, a Stinger? You know what? I actually think I prefer this. I think I prefer this. So do this. Do this.
I know my responsibility.
Bounce this. It seems
Might be a
pretty
bad idea.
good. I think I'm okay with holding that Oath of Kaya. Can I still Niv? I can still Niv. I can. This is bonkers. Bonkers. Let's draw how many cards? Hello, friend. Yup. Okay, I have 9 cards in hand. 10 cards. Sorry, my mistake. My mistake. It's off the top of me. Thankfully, we can get rid of the D-Spark and the Growth Spiral pretty handy here. So that's 2 easy ones gone. I'm good with keeping another Niv, but honestly, I don't think I need it. I really don't think I need it at this stage. Yeah, I'm actually pitching a Niv. Like, at this point, I think I've got it covered pretty well. Like, I've 11 power on board. They can't do anything at casting any spells against the speed. That's a pain in the ass that I didn't know they had. Otherwise, I would have done this differently. But Vrosky can take care of it, so I'm okay with it. Yeah, these two together, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so wait, hold on. I want to tap this so that I can Vraska. I don't mind if Vraska gets killed either, and that is fine by me.
Don't worry.
I just want to make sure that this goes
Ready to
away.
join them.
I've suffered worse.
And that I can then use Ultica to hit the Valiant Rescuer. Boop. Okay, so no matter no matter what's gonna happen now, even if I hold back this Niv, it is going to result in Vraska getting killed unless we can shock this breeding pool, play Atris. I kind of like that. Oh wait, did I do that wrong? I did do that wrong. Damn it! I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Oh well, you know what? I took 2 for no reason. So let's bounce this. If they want to kill either of these instead of going at my face, I'm A-okay with this. I'm definitely fine with this. Again, also definitely okay with that too. If they don't Zenith Flare now, they don't have one. So this is good. Come on, have you got it? Have you got it? Cycle, 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 cycle. Okay, if this is a Zenith Flare, they have got me. But it has to be here and now. No? Maybe. Oh. Maybe. Maybe. If they haven't played a land yet, they can still play a land and then Zenith Flare me. That's just enough. Yeah, so I'm going to go to combat. Definitely all attack. It could be good to untap Giganta. It could be. The only thing I've found is that you have to be very specific with the spells you got in order to make absolute use of it. Like, I barely make use of the red in it. But yeah, I'm actually going to
has its rewards.
sack Giganta. The reason for this is because I'm going to wipe the board.
I've got time.
If they try anything, basically. Actually, do I care, or do I just want to make a big old crisis? I don't think it actually matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, I don't need to play that. So let's make one for 4. Gain 2, draw 2. Play this tapped, and say go. It's 10 in the air. So they're gonna have to find a way to deal 15 to my face, like now. Okay. This might be just enough. They might actually pull it off. Because I'm tapped out, so if they have a Zenith Flare here, they have to cycle 1 card. Actually, they don't have to cycle any cards. Sorry, they have to cycle 1, because Luris counts as 1. So if they have a Zenith Flare here, I'm dead. But if they don't, I win. They don't have it yet. If that's not it, then they can't win. But if it is, they do. Oh, that was close. That was close. That was good. Well played, opponent. Well played. I know the cycling decks pretty well, and they're very fun. I really enjoy them. It's rare that I get annoyed by losing to them, so they have an Alliance of the Grave. You were correct. Yes, for sure. The thing is, you have to expect them to have it. If you don't expect them to have it, you're probably just gonna get like rando blown out by it, because they're so consistent. Like, they're an aggro deck. Like, it's like thinking like how likely is it that the mono red player has Embercleave, and the fact that they always have it, even though some lists only run 3 and some lists run 4. But they don't have any card draw outside of like light up the stage, and even then, like, if you see it in light up the stage, you know they have it. Whereas with this, every single card draws another card, so it's unbelievably consistent to the point that if it comes to like turn 5 or turn 6, they have one. They've got one. They've definitely got one. And I do like, that's what I love about it. One thing I don't like about aggro decks is that they become like, they could be inconsistent sometimes. Honestly, I have no white here, so it feels literally unkeepable, so I'm gonna mull. Again, no white, but we've got a goose, and that's a little bit better. I'm gonna keep this, and to help recoup, I think I need the Atlas to recoup, and make sure that I get up and stuff. I think I can pitch Vraska. I think I'm gonna pitch Vraska, and here's why. Actually, no, I'm gonna pitch the Mortify. The reason for this is because I will eventually be able to get the Vraska anyway using the mana that I have, even if someone does kill a goose. But yeah, oh, we're against another Giganta deck. Ooh. This is likely just a normal deck. Yeah. I could have played this tap and played the goose next turn, because I have no turn 3 play at this rate. I technically have Teferi, but like, it's a bit garbo. No bother at all, Matt. Thanks for coming along. I enjoyed hanging out. If they're passing the turn with no other land, I'd be very happy. Oh no, okay. I don't see what our opponents see in here, I don't think. But props for trying. I don't know what to say here. I'm gonna play 2 life for this. I'm gonna play Teferi here. And I'm gonna best by big.
Right on schedule.
Like,
That's more like
I know this means that the Felmar Knight is probably gonna kill the Teferi, but like, it's putting them off by a whole turn. It's allowing me to get set up. The Teferis are not really the game plan. They're just a hindrance, to be honest. So
Suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
like, if they just spend their turn replaying stuff, like, that's actually pretty annoying. That is actually pretty annoying. I can't deal with that right now. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna play this tapped. And I'm gonna pass. I'm starting down a whole 2 damage. So that's a thing. That's more of a problem, for sure. But yeah. They attack. Plus blockers. Block here. They gain some life. That's all good. Shotgun. Make some food. What could they have? Have a removal for the goose. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's actually kind of hurt me pretty reasonably here, now that I see this. Because I can't play Teferi, I can't play Solar Blaze, and I can't play Oath of Kaya. This was not good. Yeah, I'm going to be making some food myself shortly, in the next... This might be the... This could be the last game, maybe? It looks like it. It's coming up to 10 to. It might actually be the last game, yeah. So I'm going to play this. I think what I need to do here is I need to tick
good at
up,
what I do.
sack the food,
Pain is weakness, leaving
gain life, draw a card. I really need to find white mana, like desperately. What can we do? Felmar Knight, Hush Bringer, Ajani's Pridemate. Oh no! That's a dead touch, double striker. Fuck. Shit. Wait a minute. They deal damage to themselves. There's death touch. Yeah, let's get some white mana quick. Got there. No, I've no red. No. Oh god, this is bad. Okay, so if I need red and white. I can't get both right now, so I've got to get white. And okay, what do I do? I can play this and Teferi and bounce the Pridemate, but then that's double strike, and then I'm dead anyway. What the hell is this? What do I do? I could Giganta and block the Pridemate if they don't gain life, but that's like real loose also. I guess I'm growth spiraling. Well, you're no help. I could Oath of Kaya kill the Hushbringer. That would put me to 11. And then that'd be 11 on board. That's real bad. I think I have to hope for... They're good gaming me, and that is, like, if you're gonna tilt me, that's how you do it. You don't good game people. You don't good game people like that. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce this. Screw you.
Here we go.
No, wait, that's a mistake. They just mutate. Oh god, I'm a dumbass. They just mutate onto a Johnny's Pridemate and then I lose. Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen here. Yep, now it's like a 400 double strike. Yep. bounce pad may put me at 1. Yep, I thought I was
Only time will
doing
tell.
a better value play. I'm an idiot. Yep, that's 15 damage. Oof. Oh, that's real bad. Yep. God. Is that worse than a Primate? It's a Primate with double strike. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Okay. I have time to squeeze in one more game because I'm 10 minutes from the end. I'm not going to do it with the Niv deck though. I'm going to do it with something much smaller. Yeah, win some or lose some. That's it. That's it. I'm going to do something a little more aggressive. Let's go with something we like the Jeskai aggro from yesterday. So let's try one more game of that, and then we'll close it off with that. Where's it gone? Jeskai aggro. Where are you? There we go. You're gonna start making rice. Be nice. Be nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so we have no creatures, but we can protect literally nothing. So that's terrible. This is better, but we can't cast my poor little baby. So we're unfortunately gonna have to send little baby back, I think. I never wanted to do this ever in my life, but there we go. I like 10-6 Street Legionnaire. I liked the mini story that they made of her throughout the Ravnica section. The Ravnica, not section, Ravnica block. Ravnica block. This should hopefully do pretty well against Yorion. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, I think this is Tara's favorite card, or at the very least, very close to it. Has like a very soft spot for it. I believe. Yeah, I like the way they basically got her from recruit to Legionnaire and the hero of the day. I'm gonna have to give one of these indestructible. You don't really do anything, so I'm going to get rid of you. I draw a card off of it as well, which is nice. And then I untap, and then I do the things, like I'm going to play the thing. I'm going to hit the 3 here. I think I can put this in top, so I don't think I care enough. Take 4. Next turn, I should win the game. If I target 10th Street Legionnaire with Raking Claws and they don't interact, that'll be 2 from Sprite Dragon, 4 from 10th Street Legionnaire. Doubled up. I don't think the fairy is enough for me to care. Like, Sprite Dragon will just kill it.
Oh, I've done the
Legionnaire will
thing.
bounce back in. I think they have to have more interaction with that here. That's V-nice. If I put it on the Legionnaire, it gives me more damage because I'm targeting it. I'll keep it God's willing. Seems great. And then I'm going to pay 2 on this. This at your face. This to Fairy. It only matters whether it goes face or not because at this point when I draw the card, it gives God's willing. So they have to have another Shadow of the Sky, and even at that point I can play Luris, bring something back, and then Raking Claws it, hopefully, the following turn. So I think I'm kind of okay here. I don't think that's good enough. Yeah, that's really not good enough. Really not good enough. So here's where we win. I'm going to target this. Now whatever one they don't block. Okay, double strike. Lol, wreck. Take 10. Yes. I love it. I love it. This deck is disgusting. That game was over in 3 minutes. That was so fast, I can actually squeeze in another one. That's how quick that was. That's nice. Alright, one final one. Let's get it in quick. Doing okay. It was cool that we were on the stream earlier, the CFP stream. And God's willing for, you know what, I should have just God's willing anyway. Hit them for 12. Again, same issue. No creature. We've the worst creature in the deck. I've not been impressed by Terramander, I'll be honest. I've not been impressed. Let's bottom one of those. We're against Karuga, which implies fires. But it's the worst kind of fires in my opinion, so I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to Terramander first, because I'd like to put some form of threat out, to at least get some kind of damage through. Okay, this is starting again. No. I need a land. No. Deck, please. I love you, but like, come on. Like, let's be realistic here for a second.
Let's slow this down.
Coming off. Now all I need is, like, if I get a Sacred Foundry here, kill that Teferi, that would be... you know what, that's close enough. Boop. No, it's not ideal, but I'm gonna have to deal with it. The only thing that's actually putting me off playing Temur Wreck and Fires of Invention, for the most part, is actually Uro. I have a lot of the cards, like pretty much the only things that I'm missing are Uro. But yeah. Okay, I need white land. White land. There we go. There we go. Let's get this down. Okay, so what can we do now? What is the best line here? I think the best line is honestly just ops. Hold this out willing. Don't need you now. Yeah, I kind of hate Uros, so I don't want to get Uros, but it's also putting me off. It's also preventing me from playing two of the biggest decks at the moment, so I kind of feel like I've got two mythic rare wild cards, and I'm like, as much as I hate it, they should probably be Uros. So there's that. Yeah, they got Shatter. That's fine. I'll accept it. They play Sarkhan? Yeah, Sarkhan's fine. Not great, but fine. If they make a dragon here, this is going to be great. Yeah. Behold! This is nice because we can God's Willing on the 10th District Legionnaire and kill Sarkhan. Which is quite nice. Actually, we can't. We can't do that, so... What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Do we have to rely on Terramander? I really don't like relying on Scary Terry in this deck. Maybe we have to. Template Triumph. Do I care about this? I don't think I do. And I think in order to... Yeah, I think this is actually okay. I think this is actually just fine as is. Play the Terramander, just pass, because... like, they're gonna be playing big, dumb, ridiculous things here anyway. I'm gonna play Karuga. Not much we do with that. They draw 2 cards. Sarkhan, probably attack with Sarkhan, I would say. Can't adapt Terramander, so there's not much point in doing anything really. I am okay actually with blocking with Terramander and God's Willing in it, because then we can probably cope with it next turn. Is that a good line? Is that a bad line? It's probably a bad line now that I think about it. Actually, no. It's okay. Yep. I'll go to blockers. I'll block here. Because I got a scry. It adds to pro red. Yep. Get rid of this land. Prevent the damage from going through. I've God's willing now to be able to deal with Sarkhan this turn, provided they don't kill the Terramander somehow. We'll also fine. I have to find a way to get rid of that Nurset now.
Just the trick for this.
Yeah, it's looking like it's getting out of range for us here. Got ECD, doesn't target anything, so that's also kind of fine. There's 4, which means it costs 4 to mutate. Not mutate, adapt. It means I could shock God's willing, fling in adapt. This is a toughie. If I play Tentative Shriek Legionnaire, put a staggering insight on it, that's a 4/4, and then attack. I can't God's willing that. Okay. I think I have to. I'm gonna God's willing on this first. Pro red. Bottom that. Adapt this. Okay, this tapped. Attack and kill Sarkhan.
Listen to them roar! A dragon would rather die than
Sarkhan
lose.
is dealt with. We're in a lot of trouble though. They can't kill with ECD, so that's fine. It feels like that was a misplay on our opponent's part. Just being used to jamming ECD and killing any big thing. Another Sarkhan is massively problematic. Massively problematic. That's actually probably the end. Yeah, it's probably the end.
Put thoughtfulness before action.
Oh, they got bolus as well. Oh god. All right. Well, I guess rip and peps. So this is kind of the only way we keep alive this turn, and even then I'm not convinced of it. But I think we've to do. Yeah, I think we're dead. I think we're basically just wrecked. Let's send both at Sarkhan, because if we don't kill Sarkhan, we definitely die. Kills the Legionnaire anyway. I'm not even thinking anymore. Not even thinking anymore. Big dumb energy right here. Yep. And then this is 4, this is 4, this is 4. That's 12, 13, 18 damage. Yeah, we're dead. We dead. Yep, we are gods. Dunzo, Hunzo.
I am one again.
If they cast another spell instead of just turning Sarkhan and just like killing you, because we have no cards in hand yet. So
To the skies.
yeah, they did the honorable thing. They played the thing and they killed us. Playing the Nicobos was fine because it was to make sure that we didn't have anything in hand. That's perfectly okay. Yep, rip. Well, weird way to end it, but hey, I'll take it. Yeah, that was a great stream. I enjoyed that. Nice and fast, efficient games. With the exception of the one cycling player there that roped us. yeah, that was about it. But thanks everybody for coming along to the stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for the follows and for the cheers, all the bits. It was making it rain earlier on. You guys are great, and yeah, I really appreciate everything. I will be back on Friday. I'll be back on Friday. I will be playing some more stuff then. If you want to have a say in what I play on Friday, I will be putting up a poll on the morning of, before I go live. Again, this is Irish time morning, so if you're in the US, it will be very early morning or possibly late night for you. So if you want to keep an eye out for it, that's when you should expect it. But that is it. If you're not yet followed here, please do so. If you want to catch up on any of this, check it up on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Savantier. I'm over there as well. And yeah, over on Twitter too. That's it. I have a Patreon down below. I have a donation link down below. I have coffee down below. I have all sorts down below. Check it all out. Thank you everybody for coming along. I'm going to sign off with a little bit of some chill hop music. But until next time, everybody, take it easy, stay safe, wash your hands, and keep on janking.